Camper Chronicles. Hope everybody's doing good. I wanted to do a update on Marsha. So Marsha is the F150, and we've had her for just over a year now. I did a intro video from when I got her back in, it was February 19th of 2025. That video was shot in Tennessee. Currently we're in Flagstaff, Arizona. And so we have traveled a total of 11,000 miles with the trailer touring the country, and the truck has just under 35,000 miles on it. So a couple things I wanted to address were some questions that we've had since having the truck, that we've seen from the original video, as well as just from people stopping us and asking questions about it. So something I didn't think that really would be a question, because they're all over the place, but it comes up often, is what is the F x4 or the FX4 package on an F-150, and how does it differ from 4x4? So 4x4 is simply the addition of the transfer case and the differential to the rear. So all four of the tires can be powered, right, to give it four-wheel drive capability. Okay. Now the F x4 is an additional package that is on top of the 4x4. What that does is it gives you skid plating underneath, so it gives you underbelly protection. It gives you an off-road tuned front shocks, suspension, as well as the monotube shocks in the rear. The rear differential also has a electronic locker on it, or a locker of some sort. I vouched to get the electronic locker, and the tires are off-road grade tires. Not all of the F-150s will come with a general grabber all-terrain tire on it, but to this point, after driving almost 35,000 miles, the tires have been doing phenomenal. They've been handling the weight really well, surprisingly, especially since they're not a load E. They are a load C tire. So individually they don't carry as much weight, and they're an 8-ply compared to a 10-ply tire.
All right.
You like it when Dad goes off-roading?
Well, as you can see, he's stuck in the middle of the mountain.
Oh, he's stuck? Yeah, he's not moving.
Yep, he's stuck in the middle of the mountain. And when we first got married, we were on our way to go get ice cream, and I was all in my church clothes, and Kyle was in his church clothes, and we bought him out. And so then we proceeded to have to dig ourselves out of that hole.
Now he's calling at me.
And that's why I don't appreciate off-roading.
What? Are you stuck?
No, he's just getting the tires here.
Another time that we were stuck. Another time when we were stuck was when we were on our way out to deserted, like little patch of land between lakes. And
Dad didn't tell you
Dad didn't tell us that we didn't have four-wheel drive. We were stuck there for a couple hours.
That was funny. Just looking at you, you didn't help at all. You just shot him an evil look the whole time.
And now we had a very, very nice adventure underground. We did this little lava cave hike underneath the ground. It was so cool. Could that have been enough? Could that have been enough? No? Why would you just want to do that? There's so much land to explore in his most amazing vehicle.
But look at that, that's pretty cool.
Here we are at the bottom of a hill.
Doors open.
comes the wheel chain. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. What do you have to say?
Unsuccessful climbing the mountain because of the ruts, my tires, and yeah.
And you owe me.
Huh?
Do you owe me an apology?
I don't owe you an apology. I owe you some ice cream.
Ice cream? Yes, that's accurate. Here we have it, folks. Can't make it up the mountain. You can get ice cream. It's like 2008 all over again.
Now I need to detail the truck. So upgrades that we've done so far, if you can't see, in the original video it was just a stock. I didn't really add anything to it yet, but what we've added on to this point is the Wild Top. It is made and manufactured in Australia, and it is rated for it is a soft top canopy, and it's zippered on all three sides. I opted to get windows on all four sides, so also a window going into the cab of the truck. Then I tinted them out myself. They don't come tinted, which I thought was an issue for me personally. So the Wild Top comes with two crossbars. This is the only load rated soft top that is on the market that I was ever able to find out of all the research that I did for over a year of searching these things. So that's why I got it, and the weight that it can carry is 770 pounds when it's static weight, meaning it's just sitting here as it is right now, or 220 pounds when it's weight in motion, dynamic weight. That is an air beam tent that will come up and come out. It only takes like 3 minutes to load up. I put a rhino rack on top of the crossbars that came because obviously my tent does not fit the length, the distance between the two crossbars. So I had to get the rhino rack, and that fits perfectly on top there. It actually fits perfectly. Like it lines up exactly how the distance between the two crossbars on the Wild Top. So the only thing is I had to secure it with some U-bolts all the way around. Pelican box, which has our recovery gear, and then I have our recovery boards and an adapter for our Starlink when we're traveling. All right, we've driven down the highway 70, 80 miles an hour with, you know, all the windows up. People like to call it safari mode, and I've had no issues with the straps falling down ever. So I've got the deck system in there for all of our tools. You may have seen this if you've watched our other videos talking about the truck as our garage, right? I've got the lights still in there, powered by a battery that I'll show you real quick.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How did you make that? That is awesome. Wow. Holy moly. Get it, get it, get it, get it.
The Dometic refrigerators and all that stuff are really expensive, so we stick with the good old Orca cooler.
How many years has we had this?
This cooler?
Yeah.
Since 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got the battery in here. I've got a Blue Eddy alternator charger that feeds off the alternator and the battery of the truck to also keep this charged and trickle charge our battery that's in here. I can also utilize this for solar, multiple uses for the camper. That works out really well. So after we had traveled the whole East Coast, I decided to go ahead and get a road active suspension to help with the turns throughout the mountain passes and stuff like that as we're coming out west, and as we're on the west side of the country. So the road active suspension is something else that I added. You can see the helper spring down there that is on top of the leaf springs, just stock leaf springs on the truck bags, as well as that is the heavy duty version of the RAS suspension. So no other changes to the suspension. So
It's good.
yeah.
How about the gas mileage? How's that been
Oh
going?
my gosh.
How many
So
times have we
gas
filled
mileage-
up in this trip?
This trip, this is the third.
Third time.
El Paso, this is our fourth gas stop. So the gas mileage. So I do have the 5.0 liter Coyote engine in this, the V8, no modifications to it whatsoever, completely stock. We are towing, I mean, we tow a lot. We're towing around 9,000 pounds through all different kinds of road terrains. So the gas mileage while towing on average is about 8 miles to the gallon, 8.5, sometimes 9. And the fuel mileage, since I'm under constant load with everything that I have in the back of the truck always, I'm at about 14-15 miles per gallon without towing. Prior to me doing any of the modifications and while the truck was stock, I was noticing about 19-20 miles a gallon on the highway. Definitely took a little bit of a hit. And once I do upgrade the tires, once these are done, it may take a little bit more of a hit. Going with low to E tires, but it'll give it more of the stance that I'm looking for, but I don't need that right now while we're traveling. I'm just going to wear these tires out. They still have quite a bit of tread on them, and the road active suspension has really helped with like high wind situations so far. We haven't encountered anything over 45 mile an hour winds, but those were headwinds as well. I was only getting about 6 miles to the gallon during that time on that trip.
Tell them about how we got to try out the rear window going down.
Oh, so there was a time, this was,
San Antonio.
yeah, San Antonio. So just 2.5 weeks ago when I was going over some railroad tracks. We were not towing the trailer. It was just me. I was going to go find a car wash because I just detailed the inside of the truck, and it was a complete waste of time because as I was driving, I came up to a railroad crossing. The speed limit was 35. I slowed down to about 25, maybe 30, but I slowed down, went over the railroad track, and then there was a dip and then another railroad track, and that dip caused me enough bounce that my whole rear window shattered. Yeah, it's kind of scary. So,
Yeah.
broken. So I'm gonna be a little bit because I'm gonna make a call. So,
Yeah. But luckily we had the insurance, and it only cost
I had
us
a $50 insurance deductible.
Yep.
So that's all it costs for our window to get replaced. When I saw the bill on the my Ford app, it was a $2,800 repair.
Oh my
So,
gosh, get
just
the
because
insurance.
they had to do the window and they had to remove the canopy and everything during that time. So, but it was all done within 48 hours. So
That's awesome.
didn't really delay us at all. It's been great. The truck has a lot of power. On average, while towing, I am getting 2,000 RPM. And then if it's going up an incline, it'll jump down to, it'll go from 10th down to 7th or 6th gear and jumps up to maybe 4,500 RPMs. So she's humming pretty good, but nothing that is worrisome or concerning. Only once did it hit 5,000 RPM so far. I mean, it's just how it is. Maybe I could have gone with 410 gears instead of 373 gears to give it more torque and a little more push, or I could have gone with a power boost, got some turbos on the truck. But other than that, I'm very happy with the 5 liter.
I want to say
That's
also about the there was a recall.
The other recall I'm actually still driving on
Yeah.
is the rear axle hub replacement. So one of the axle nuts is known to shred off. So far I have had 0 indication that it's happened. My tires have been rotated and the axle nut has been looked at multiple times, so no indication at this moment that it's going to happen. However, I'll get that fixed as soon as one of these dealerships lets me know that they have the part. So.
Yeah. Well, we're losing the sun. Do a little sign off.
Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. This is Kyle from the Great Camper Chronicles and Marsha, F150.